Part 1. What it says? There are 3 pens and 2 marker pens. There are 3 pens and 2 marker pens. In how many ways can a pen or a marker pen be selected? There are 3 pens and 2 marker pens. In how many ways can a pen or a marker pen be selected? To select a pen, how many options do we have? To select a pen, how many options do we have? We have 3 options. Why? There are only 3 pens. Out of these 3 pens, we can select only 1. So here to select a pen, to select 1 pen out of these 3, we have 3 options. Right? We have 3 options, 3 ways to select a pen. To select a pen, we have 3 ways. Why? There are only 3 pens here. And to select a marker pen, how many options do we have? To select a marker pen, how many options do we have? There are 2 marker pens. So we need to select 1 out of these 2. So there are 2 options, 2 ways. What we need to find, in how many ways can a pen, what is the term they have used? Oh. In how many ways can a pen or a marker pen be selected? Pen එකක් හෝ marker pen එකක් select කරගන්න විදි කීයක් තියෙනවද? They have used the term O. If we have used the term O, what we need to do? Addition or multiplication? Yes, we need to add. So all together, how many ways should be there then? There should be 5 ways. There should be 5 ways. This should be the answer for part number 1. Right. To select a pen, we have 3 options. To select a marker pen, we have 2 options. If we need to select a pen or a marker pen, it means altogether we have 5 options. And a whole marker pen ekak options 5 මේ පහෙන් එකක්. Right. Part 2. In how many ways can a pen or a marker pen be selected? What should be the answer there? In how many ways can a pen and a marker pen be selected? Yes, the answer should be 6, right? We need to select what? A pen, here a marker pen. It means 1 out of these 3, 1 out of these 2. We need to select a pen and a marker pen. Therefore, to select a pen, we have 3 ways. We have 3 options. And to select a marker pen, we have 2 options, right? Here they have used the term and, right? So what we need to do, how many ways can a pen and a marker pen be selected? Pෑනක් සහ marker pen එකක්. Then altogether, there should be 6 ways. See the terms, how these terms impact our final answer. Right? Answer as well as the idea O and the term and. Right? If they have used the term O, we use what? Addition, and if they have used the term and, we use multiplication in finding the number of ways, number of possible options. Right. So those are the answers for question number 1. Question number 2. What it says? How many 5-digit numbers can be formed using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when part 1 repetition not allowed, part 2 repetition allowed? How many 5-digit numbers can be formed using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? These are the digits. By using these 5 digits, we need to form a 5-digit number. ඉලක්කම් පහක් තියෙන numbers හදන්න තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේ ඉලක්කම් පහ පාවිච්චි කරලා අපිට ඒ විදිහට numbers කීයක් හදන්න පුළුවන්ද? Part 1, if the repetition is not allowed. If the repetition is not allowed. Repetition not allowed, it means what? If we have used 1 for a particular place, we can't use 1 again. If we have used a particular digit for a certain place, right, we can't use it again. So how many possible options are there? How can we find the answer here? Question number 2. Part 1. What we need to do? We need to what? We need to form a 5-digit number. 4, 5. We need to form a 5-digit number, but the repetition is not allowed. Repetition is not allowed. පාවිච්චි කරපු ඉලක්කමක් ආයෙ පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ. If we have used a particular digit, we can't use it again. That is what is meant by repetition not allowed. If we use the particular digit, we can't use it again. Right. How many options do we have here? Can you see it? You can see it is not clear, no? Here we'll take it like this. Okay. How many 5-digit numbers can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when repetition is not allowed? Repetition not allowed means we can't use a digit which we have used previously. If so, how many options do we have to put a number here? If I need to put a digit here, how many options do I have? How many options do I have? මට මෙන්න මෙතනට ඉලක්කම මම යන්නේ මොකක් කරන්නද මේ ඉලක්කම් පහක නම්බර් එකක් හදන්න. මෙන්න මෙතනට ඉලක්කමක් දාගන්න මට options කීයක් තියෙනවද? Yes, I have 5 ways. 5 ways. 5 ways, 5 options. Either I can put 1 here, or I can put 2 here, 3 or 4 or 5. I have 5 options. Right. Once I put a number here, not number, once I put a digit here, then to put a digit to this place, how many options do I have? Once I put a digit here, මෙතෙන්ට මම මොකක් හරි අර තියෙන පහෙන් එකක් දාගත්තට පස්සේ මෙන්න මෙතෙන්ට මට ඉලක්කමක් දාගන්න options කීයක් තියෙනවද? How many options?
4 options.
Yes, there are 4 options, 4 ways. 4 ways. Okay, assume I have put a digit here as well as a digit here. Now to put a digit to this place, how many options do I have? How many options do I have? 3 ways. Yes, there are 3 ways. Right? Assume I have put 2 here, 4 here, and 1 here. If so, to put a number here, not a number, to put a digit here, how many options do I have? මට දාන්න වෙන්නේ 1 2 3 4 5 කියන ඉලක්කම් පහෙන් තමයි මේව fill කරන්න ඕනේ. I have used 2. If the repetition is not allowed, I can't use it again. I have used 4, so I can't use it again if the repetition is not allowed. And I have used 1, therefore I can't use it again. So what are the options I have? How many options do I have here? I can either put 3 or 5. It means I have 2 options, 2 ways. Then if I have used 3, I am left with only 1 option, 1 way. right? One ways. So altogether, how many options are there? Altogether, how many options are there? How many options are there? Options kiyak tiyenawada? Altogether, so we need to form a 5-digit number. So how many possible options are there? If the repetition is not allowed, 120. Yes, right? So here, what is the term we need to use? A digit here, and a digit here, and a digit here, and a digit here, and the final digit here. We are using what? අපි and එකද o එකද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ? මෙතෙන්ට ඉලක්කමක් හෝ මෙතෙන්ට ඉලක්කමක් හෝ මෙතෙන්ට ඉලක්කමක් කියන type එකටද යන්නේ. එහෙම නැත්නම් මෙතනට ඉලක්කමක් සහ මෙතනට ඉලක්කමක් සහ මෙතනට ඉලක්කමක් සහ. So what we use? The term and, or else we use the term or. What is the term we are using? We are using the term and. Right? We need to form a 5-digit number, so we are using the term and. If we are using the term and, it means we need to use what? Multiplication. Multiplication. Right? Therefore, the final answer should be what? 5 into 4, 20, 20 into 3, 60, 60 into 2, 120 ways are there. 120 ways are there. Yes. If the repetition is not allowed, numbers we have only how many options? 120 options. 120 ways are there. The same if the repetition is allowed. The same if the repetition is allowed. It means if we have used a digit previously, we can use it again. How many ways are there? Right. We'll take one by one. To put a digit here, how many options do I have? If the repetition is allowed, right? Part 2. Yes. 5 ways. There are 5 options. Either I can put 1, 2, 3, 4, or 4, or 5. There are 5 options. Then, to put a digit here, how many options do I have now? How many options? Yes. If the repetition is allowed, it means if I have put 1 here, again I can use 1. Repetition is allowed. Then again for this place also I can use either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I have 5 options, 5 ways. To put a digit here, how many ways are there? Yes, again 5 ways. If the repetition is allowed, again I can put any one of the digit that they have given, either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Here also I have 5 ways. Even here I can use any of the 5 digits, 5 ways. So altogether, how many possible options are there if the repetition is allowed? Then what we need to do? Addition or multiplication?
Addition.
What? I didn't get you. What we need to do? Are we going to put a digit here, or a digit here, or a digit here? Make hari tanakata o kyanne honi. Metanata ho, metanata ho, metanata ho, ho. Right? කොහේ හරි එක තැනකට විතරක් ඩිජිට් එකක් දාන්න දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. කොහේ හරි එක තැනකට විතරක් digit එකක් දාන්නද යන්නේ මේ? Here what we need to do? We need to form 5-digit number, right? We need to form 5-digit numbers. Number එකක් හදන්න යන්නේ කොහේ හරි තැනකට digit එකක් දාන්න නෙවෙයි. Number එකක් හදන්න මොකද්ද වෙන්න ඕනේ? මේ හැම තැනකටම මොකක් වෙන්න ඕනද? 5-digit number එකක් හදන්න නම් මේ හැම තැනකටම ඉලක්කමක් වැටෙන්න ඕන. Here there should be a digit and a digit and a digit here and another digit here, a digit here and also another digit here. What? And, right? And. So if we are using the term and, what we need to do? Multiplication. Multiplication, not addition. Add කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ මොකක් හරි එක තැනකට ඉලක්කමක් දානවා කියන එකනේ. අපිට එහෙම එකක් නෙවෙයි ඕන. අපිට ඕන මොකද්ද? 5-digit number එකක් හදන්න. We need to form a 5-digit number, so we should have digits in each of these places. මේ හැම point එකෙම මේ හැම place එකෙම මොකක් තියෙන්න ඕනද? There should be a digit to form a 5-digit number. If we add, what is the meaning there? That means we put a digit to one of these 5 places. මේ පහෙන් කොහේ හරි එක තැනක digit එකක් place කරනවා කියන එක තමයි ඒකේ idea එක. But that is not what we wanted. Yes, 3125. Right? 3125 ways are there. 3125 ways. Ilakkam pahaka numbers. If the repetition is allowed, we can have, there are 3125 options we have. We can form 3125 different numbers if the repetition is allowed using those 5 digits. Are ilakkam paha pawichchi karala ilakkam pahe numbers apita 3125ක් හදන්න පුළුවන් කියන idea එක. Right. Right. Hope you got this one. Why we have not put add and why we have put the multiplication here. We need to form a 5-digit number. Therefore, there should be digits in each of these places. Here we need to have a digit and a digit here and a digit here and a digit here likewise. And we are dealing with the term and. Right, so that is question number 2. Question number 3. What it does? How many 3-digit numbers? How many 3-digit numbers can be formed using these digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Part 1, when the repetition is not allowed. When the repetition is not allowed. අපි මේ මොකද කරන්න යන්නේ? මේ 1 2 3 4 5 කියන ඉලක්කම් පාවිච්චි කරලා මොකක් කරන්නද? ඉලක්කම් 3ක numbers හදන්න. 100 150 175 280 390 975 ඔය වගේ ඉලක්කම් හදන්න යන්න. 975, right? Using these 5 digits. මේ ඉලක්කම් පහ පාවිච්චි කරලා, right? 3 number digits we are going to form. So if the repetition is not allowed, how many ways are there to form these 3-digit numbers? How can we find that? Question number 3. What we need to form? We need to form what? 3-digit numbers. 3-digit numbers. 1. ඉලක්කම් 3ක් තියෙන numbers හදන්න යන්න. What are the options we have? Right, what are the digits we can use? We can use 1, or we can use 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these are the 5 digits which we can use. Right. If the repetition is not allowed, how many possible options are here? I need to put a digit here. How many possible options are there?
5 options.
Yes, we have 5 ways. We have 5 options. Either we can put 1 here, or we can put 2, we can put 3, 4, 5, any number given here we can put. So 5 options are there. Right. If the repetition is not allowed, and once we have put a digit here, how many options do we have here? To put a number to this place, to this particular place, how many options do we have? Yes, there are 4 ways. There are 4 ways. Assume we have put 3 here and we have put 1 here. Repetition is not allowed means we can't use these digits again. We have already used them. Then how many options we have left with here? Then options. Yes, we have 3 options. As per this example, we can put either 2, 4, or 5. We have 3 options, 3 ways. So altogether, how many ways are there? Altogether, how many ways are there? To form 3-digit numbers using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Altogether, how many ways are there? And we need to form 3-digit numbers. To form a 3-digit number, we need to have a digit here and a digit here and a digit here. If we are using and, we need to use what? Multiplication. So 5 into 4, 20, 20 into 3, that is 60. So altogether there are 60 ways. There are 60 ways where we can form a 3-digit number using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 if the repetition is not allowed. Yes, 60, correct. Then if the repetition is allowed, if we can use a digit which we have used previously, then how it should be? If the repetition is allowed, part 2, if the repetition is allowed, to put a number here, how many options we have? We have 5 options. 5 ways are there. Right? We have 5 options here. And here, if the repetition is allowed, again, how many ways do we have here? Again, we have 5 ways. Any of that given 5 digits, we can use it here if the repetition is allowed. And here also, we should have how many options? 5 ways. Right? What we need to do? Addition or multiplication? Multiplication. We need to form a 3-digit number. To form a 3-digit number, we should have a digit here and a digit here and a digit here. A digit here or a digit here or a digit here. Metanata ilakkamak ho, metanata ilakkamak ho, metanata ilakkamak ur pasim මොකද වෙන්නේ? එක ඉලක්කමක් විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. Ho කියලා එක දැම්මද? Right, we need to use the term and. So if, when you are using and, that is multiplication. So altogether there should be 125 ways. 125 ways should be there. Answers for question number 3. Right. Question number 4. Question number 4. Hope these first 3 examples are clear for you. Is it clear? First 3 examples, number 92, number 93, is it clear for you? Okay.
Yes.
Right. Question number 4. Okay. So you find and tell me the answer. What should be the answer here? using number, not number, using digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many 3-digit odd numbers can be formed if part 1 repetition not allowed, part 2 repetition allowed? Using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what we need to do? We need to form a 3-digit odd numbers. What do you mean by odd numbers? Numbers which are not divisible by 2. Right? දෙකෙන් බෙදෙන්නේ නැති සංඛ්‍යා ටික. දෙකෙන් ඉතුරු නැතුව බෙදෙන්නේ නැති සංඛ්‍යා. Right? 3-digit odd numbers. For an example, 124. 3-digit make odd number එකක්ද even number එකක්ද? Is this an odd number or an even number?
Even number.
Even
Yes,
number.
this is
Even
an
number.
yes, this is an even number. Why? This can be divisible by 2. This is divisible by 2. දෙකෙන් බෙදෙනවා ඉතුරු නැතුව. එහෙනම් මේක even number එක. This is an even number. And what about this 351? This is an odd number. So we need to form the numbers like this. 3-digit odd numbers. For මෙන්න මේ වගේ ඉලක්කම් තුනේ numbers කීයක් ඉලක්කම් තුනේ odd numbers කීයක් අපිට හදන්න පුළුවන්ද? If the repetition is not allowed and if the repetition is allowed. Part 1, if the repetition is not allowed, how many? You find the answer first for question number 4. Six. Okay, it means right. For part 1, what are the answers you got? If the repetition is not allowed, first we'll discuss that one. For part 1, 6 ways. For part 2, 27 ways. Okay. Here we have got one answer as 6, and here we have got one answer as 27. What about others? What about others? If the repetition is not allowed, is it only 6? I doubt that. Others, if the repetition is not allowed, how many ways are there? How many ways are there? The repetition is not allowed. Right? Here 123. This is a 3-digit odd number. And I can write 125. 3-digit odd number. Right? Repetition is not allowed for part 1. And I can write 321 to 9. 231 hatara 543 bahai 345 higher 453. So here also I have written 7. So it should not be 6. But what about others? 15. Okay, 12. 6 කියලා කියනවා. 15 කියලා කියනවා. 12 කියලා කියනවා. What about others? 15. Okay. 60, 15, 60, 15, already given that answer. Okay, most of you are saying it should be 15. Right. And 23 as well. Someone said it should be 23. And majority of you are saying that should be 15. There are 15 ways to form 3-digit odd numbers using these given 5 digits. Right. Okay. Next. So question number 4, part 1. What we need to form? We need to form a 3-digit odd number. ඉලක්කම් තුනක number එකක් හදන්න යන්නේ, but there is what? We are going to form a 3-digit number, but it should be what? It should be an odd number. It should be an odd number. It should be an odd number. It means we have what? We have a condition here. ඉලක්කම් තුනක සංඛ්‍යාවක් හදන්න. හැබැයි ඔය හදන සංඛ්‍යාව මොකක් වෙන්න ඕනද? Odd number එකක් වෙන්න ඕන. That should be an odd number. There is a condition. There is a condition. When there is a condition, right? This is the golden rule. When there is a condition, we need to start with the condition. When there is a condition, we need to start with the condition. Condition එකක් දැම්මොත් මේ condition එක satisfy කරලා පටන් ගන්න. Right? If there is a condition, first we need to satisfy that. What is the condition? That the 3-digit number we form should be an odd number. Should be an odd number. So we need to start with the condition. How can you determine whether a number is an odd number or not? What number? 3-digit number. How you can determine whether the written 3-digit number is an odd number or not? Here we have written 0. Why you have said that this is not an odd number, this is an even number? Based on which figure? You have to make an odd number, make an even number. How do you have the QA? By looking at which one? Which digit? How do you have the make a odd number? By looking at this figure, we should be able to say, see, 4 is an even number, therefore this 3-digit number should not be an odd number. But when it comes to here, odd number එකක්. එහෙනම් මේ හැදිලා තියෙන 3-digit number එකක් මොකක් වෙන්න ඕනද? Odd number එකක් වෙන්න ඕන. Yes, the last one. So in this case, in our case, in order to determine whether a particular 3-digit number is an odd number or not, what is the digit we need to focus on? That is the last digit. Based on this last digit, we decide whether it is an odd number or an even number, isn't it? අපි මේ ලියන ඉලක්කමේ අන්තිම ඉලක්කම දිහා බලලා නේද කියන්නේ මෙයා odd ද even ද කියලා. So if there is a condition, we need to do what? We need to satisfy the condition first. Sell a condition එක satisfy කරලා ඉන්නවා. Right. How many options do I have here? මට මෙන්න මෙතෙන්ට දැන් condition එක satisfy වෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් මෙතන ඉන්නේ. එතකොට අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලම අත් තියන්නේ එතනට. So how many options do I have here? To put a digit here which will form an odd number, how many options do I have here? Yes, there are three options. There are three ways. There are three ways. What are those three options? Either we can put 1, 3, or 5. Either we can put 1, 3, or 5. මෙතනට එක හරි තුන හරි පහ හරි ආවොත් විතරයි මොකක් වෙන්නේද? මේ හැදින number එක odd number එකක් වෙන්නේ. Then only this number will become an odd number. There are only three possible ways. Right. If the repetition is not allowed, to put a digit here, how many options do I have? දාපු ඉලක්කමක් ආයෙ දාන්න බැරි නම් දැන් මට මෙන්න මෙතෙන්ට ඉලක්කමක් දාගන්න options කීයක් තියෙනවද? Yes, there are 4 ways. මෙතෙන්ට දාපු ඉලක්කම ඇරෙන්න ඉතුරු හතරෙන් ඕනම එකක් මට මෙතෙන්ට දාගන්න පුළුවන්. Apart from the digit I have used here, it may be 1, 3 or 5, whatever. Apart from the digit I have used here, I can use any of the remaining 4 digits here. There are 4 ways. Yes. And if the repetition is not allowed, to put a digit here to the middle place, how many options do I have? I have used 1 digit here, another one here. How many I have left? Another 3 digits are there. So we can use either one of them. 3 ways are there. 3 ways. We are going to form a 3-digit number. So we need to have a digit here and a digit here and a digit here. So how many possible options are there? 4 into 3, 12, 12 into 3, there should be 36 ways. To form 3-digit odd numbers using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, there should be 36 ways. තොර ඉලක්කම් පහ පාවිච්චි කරලා ඉලක්කම් තුනේ odd number එකක් හදාගන්න අපිට විදි කීයක් තියෙනවද? 36 ways are there. 36 ways are there. So what is the point that you should keep in mind? When there is a condition, first you need to satisfy that condition. You need to begin with that condition. Condition එකක් දාලා නම් තියෙන්නේ ඒ condition එක satisfy කරලා ගන්න පටන් ගන්න ඕන. Right? That is the golden rule. Okay. Part 2. We need to form a 3-digit odd number. Has anyone given 36? 36 ඇරෙන්න අනිත් හැම answer එකක්ම දීලා තියෙනවනේ. Right? Okay. Hope you got it. Part 2. If the repetition is allowed. Now tell me, now you know. Now what should be the answer? Using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, we need to form a 3-digit odd numbers. If the repetition is allowed, how many possible ways are there? Right. Part 1. Right. Part 1. අපි මොකද කරන්න තියෙන්නේ? 1 2 3 4 5 කියලා ඉලක්කම් පහක් දීලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට මේ ඉලක්කම් පහ පාවිච්චි කරලා මොකද කරන්න ඕන? ඉලක්කම් 3ක නම්බර් එකක් හදන්න ඕන. මේ හදන නම්බර් එක මොකක් වෙන්න ඕනද? odd number එකක් වෙන්න ඕන. ඉලක්කම් 3ක ඔක්ටේ සංඛ්‍යාවක් වෙන්න ඕන. එතකොට අපි පාවිච්චි කරපු ඉලක්කමක් ආයෙ අපි දාන්න බැරි නම් බලන්න මේ example එකවත් මම කලින් එකම ඉලක්කම ආයෙ repeat වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මම එක කොහේ හරි දැම්ම නම් ආයෙ අනිත් තැන් දෙකෙන් කොහෙකවත් මම එක දාන්නේ නැහැ. Like that way I have not repeated. Right? If I have used a particular digit, I have not repeated it again. ඒ වගේ repetition එක not allowed. පාවිච්චි කරපු ඉලක්කමක් ආයෙ අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ නැත්නම් අපිට ඉලක්කම් තුනේ odd numbers කීයක් හදාගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා අහනවා. Right? එතකොට ඉලක්කම් තුනේ numbers හදන විදිය අපි දන්නවා. හැබැයි මෙතන තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ මොකද්ද? මෙතන අපිට යාර condition එකක් දීලා කොන්දේසියක් දාලා ඉලක්කම් තුනේ number එකක් හදන්න. හැබැයි ඔය හදන number එක මොකක් වෙන්න ඕනද? odd number එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට කොන්දේසිය මොකක්ද? අපි හදන number එක odd number එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඔත්තේ සංඛ්‍යාවක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඉලක්කම් තුනක සංඛ්‍යාව. එතකොට මේක මේ ඉලක්කම් තුනේ සංඛ්‍යාව ඔත්තේද නැද්ද කියලා බලන්න අපි කවුරු දිහා බලලාද? අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලම බලන්නේ කවුරු දිහාද? අපේ ඇහැ යන්න ඕන කොතනටද? මෙන්න මෙයාට. බලන්න. මෙතන මෙයා දිහා බලලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් මෙයා ඔඩ් නැද්ද කියලා. මෙතන මෙයා දිහා බලලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් මෙයා ඔඩ් නම්බර් එකක්ද even නම්බර් එකක්ද කියලා. right? එතකොට අන්තිම ඉලක්කම දිහා බලලා අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් වෙනවා මේ කියන්නේ ඔඩ් නම්බර් එකක්ද even නම්බර් එකක්ද කියලා. එතකොට right, so here මෙන්න මෙයාගෙන් තමයි අපි decide කරන්නේ whether it is odd or an even number. එතකොට ඉස්සෙල්ලම අපි satisfy කරන්න ඕන මෙන්න මෙයාව. ඉස්සෙල්ලම consider කරන්න ඕන condition එක. එතකොට අපි මුලින්ම මෙන්න මෙතෙන්ට ඉලක්කමක් දාගන්න විදි කීයක් තියෙනවද කියලා බලන්න ඕන. විදි කීයක් තියෙනවද? how many ways are there? මෙතෙන්ට දාන එකෙන් මොකක් වෙන්න ඕනද? odd number එකක් වෙන්න ඕන. එහෙනම් මෙතෙන්ට අපි එක්ක එක නැත්තම් 3 නැත්තම් 5 ඔන්න ඔය ඉලක්කම් තුනෙන් එකක් දැම්මොත් නේද මේක odd number එකක් වෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතෙන්ට අපිට තියෙන options කීයක් විතරද? options 3ක් විතරයි. එක්ක එක දාන්න පුළුවන් නැත්තම් 3 පුළුවන් නැත්තම් 5 පුළුවන්. දෙක දැම්මොත් it will form an even number. හතර දැම්මොත් it will form an even number. But if we put 1, 3 or 5 then it will form an odd number. එතකොට ඔන්න condition එක satisfy වෙනවද නැද්ද කියලා decide උනේ මෙතනින්. එතකොට එයාව අපි ඉස්සෙල්ලම fill කරගත්තා. 3 ways. right? ඊට පස්සේ if the repetition is not allowed, ඒ කියන්නේ මෙතන මොකක් හරි මෙතන හිතන්න අපි එක කියලා ඉලක්කම් පාවිච්චි කරා කියලා. ඉතින් එක කියන ඉලක්කම් පාවිච්චි කරා. if the repetition is not allowed, ඒ කියන්නේ මෙයාව අපිට ආයෙ පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ. එතකොට මෙතෙන්ට මට ඉලක්කමක් දාගන්න විදි කීයක් තියෙනවද? එක කියන ඉලක්කම දාන්න බෑ. ඇයි? එයා මම මෙතෙන්ට පාවිච්චි කරලා ඉවරයි. එතකොට මට 2 3 4 5 කියන ඉලක්කම් හතරෙන් ඕනම එකක් මෙතෙන්ට දාගන්න පුළුවන්. 4 ways. හරිද? හිතන්න මම මෙතෙන්ට දාගත්ත කියලා 2 කියන ඉලක්කම 2 කියන ඉලක්කම දාගත්තා. එතකොට මම 1 කියන ඉලක්කම පාවිච්චි කළාත් ඉවරයි. 2 කියන ඉලක්කම පාවිච්චි කළා ඉවරයි. එතකොට මෙතෙන්ට මට ඉලක්කමක් දාගන්න විදි කීයක් තියෙනවද? 1 3 කියන ඉලක්කම දාන්න පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් 4 දාන්න පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් 5 දාන්න පුළුවන්. මට options තියෙන්නේ 3ක් විතරයි. එතකොට ඉලක්කම් 3ක odd number එකක් හදන්න සම්පූර්ණ විදි මට කීයක් තියෙනවද? 4 into 3 12, 12 into 3 36. 36 ways are there. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. For part 2, what were the answers you got? 75. 75. Let's see. Again, what we need to do, we need to form a 3-digit odd number if the repetition is allowed. If the repetition is allowed. Right. We need to form a 3-digit odd number. You form a 3-digit number, but that should be an odd number. It means there is a condition involved. There is a condition they have put. That should be an odd number. Whether it is an odd number or not can be decided based on which digit? The last digit. Based on the digit we put here. එතෙන්ට දාන digit එකෙන් තමයි අපි කියන්නේ මේක odd නැද්ද කියලා. Right? To form an odd number, how many possible ways we have here? We have 3 possible options. Either we can put 1 here, or 3 here, or 5 here. If the repetition is allowed, how many possible options are here? මට මෙන්න මෙතෙන්ට digit එකක් දාගන්න. To put a digit here, how many options do I have? Repetition is allowed. It means I can use a digit which I have used previously. Therefore, there are 5 ways. Here also we have 5 ways. Repetition is allowed. A digit which we have used previously can be reused. So altogether there should be how many ways? 75 ways. 75 ways. 75 ways. Yes, you got it. And if something is unclear, please let me know, right? I'm going to exam unclear doubt. Right. Second means what? Question number 2 the nothing question number 4 part 2 question number 4 part 2. Right here. Using these given digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. These are the digits they have given. Using these 5 digits, what we need to do? We need to form 3-digit odd numbers. ඉලක්කම් තුනක number එකක් හදන්න ඕන. මේ හදන number එක මොකක් වෙන්න ඕනද? It should be an odd number. කලින් part 1 වල වගේ. එතකොට එයා odd number එකක් වෙන්න ඕන. So we have a condition here. Whatever the number we form, whatever the 3-digit number we form should be what? Should be an odd number. ඔත්තේ සංඛ්‍යාවක් වෙන්න ඕන. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ හදන ඉලක්කම් තුනේ number එක ඔත්තේ සංඛ්‍යාවක්ද නැද්ද කියලා අපි decide කරන්නේ based on the digit we put here. අපි මෙතෙන්ට දාන ඉලක්කමෙන් අපි තීරණය කරන්නේ මෙයා odd නැද්ද කියලා. ඔත්තේද නැද්ද කියලා. එතකොට මෙතන ඔත්තේ number එකක් හැදෙන්න නම් මට මෙතෙන්ට options කීයක් තියෙනවද? How many options? එක්කෝ මම 1 කියන ඉලක්කම දාන්න ඕන. නැත්නම් 3 කියන ඉලක්කම දාන්න ඕන. නැත්නම් 5 කියන ඉලක්කම දාන්න ඕන. So we have 3 options. 3 ways are there. එතකොට මේ ඉලක්කම් තුනේ මොකක් හරි එකක් දැම්මොත් තමයි මේක මොකක් වෙන්නේද? odd number එකක් වෙන්නේ. Right. So there was a condition. So first we need to satisfy that condition. First we need to consider that condition. Condition එකක් තියෙනවා. ඉස්සෙල්ලම එයාව satisfy කරලා ඉන්න ඕන. Right. What 3 ways are there? Repetition is allowed. It means if we have used the digit previously, assume we have used the digit 5 here. On the පහ කියන ඉලක්කම මම දාගත්ත මෙතන. Repetition allowed. Repetition allowed. It means I can use whatever the digits I have used previously. මට කලින් පාවිච්චි කරපු ඉලක්කමක් වුණත් ආයෙ පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමනම් මෙන්න මෙතනට මට ඉලක්කමක් දාගන්න විදි කීයක් තියෙනවද? Repetition is allowed. පාවිච්චි කරපු ඕනම ඉලක්කමක් මට ආයෙ පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ දීපු ඉලක්කම් වලින්. එතකොට මට මෙතනට 1 කියන ඉලක්කම දාන්නත් පුළුවන්. කැමති නම් 2 දාන්නත් පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් 3 දාන්නත් පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් 4ක් පුළුවන්, නැත්නම් 5ක් පුළුවන්. මට මෙතන options කීයක් තියෙනවද එතකොට? Options 5ක් තියෙනවා. 5 options are there. මේ ඉලක්කම හදාගන්න මෙතනට ඉලක්කමක් දාන්න විදි කීයක් තියෙනවද? If the repetition is allowed, again I can put either 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here or 5 here. Again I have 5 options. So all together how many ways are there? 5 into 5 25, 25 into 3 there are 75 ways. Okay, so this is the key thing you need to remember. If there is a condition, you need to satisfy the condition first. Condition first you need to meet that condition. It is important. Okay, right. So that is question number 4. Question number 5. Question number 5. Okay, question number 5. Please do it and give me the answers for part 1 and 2 separately. How many 3-digit numbers greater than 200 can be formed using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when repetition is not allowed and when the repetition is allowed? Okay, part 100. Here 48. What about others? We need to form 3-digit numbers greater than 200, which can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When the repetition is not allowed and when the repetition is allowed. Part 148, part 200. Part 148, part 200. So I'm writing the answers you are giving here, right? Yes. Part 200, part 148. We have 5 digits. What are the digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. By using these 5 digits, what we need to do? We need to form 3-digit numbers. We need to form 3-digit numbers. But again, there is a condition. What is the condition? Whatever the 3-digit numbers we form, that should be greater than 200. That should be greater than 200. That is the condition. So how many ways are there? If the repetition is not allowed and repetition is allowed. 48 and 100. So majority of you have got this. For part 1 it is 48. For part 2 it should be 100. Right, we'll see. Fraction number 5. Fraction number 5, part 1. We need to form what? We need to form a 3-digit number. We need to form a 3-digit number. And what is the condition? What is the condition they have to form a 3-digit number? But that 3-digit number should be what? That 3-digit number should be greater than 200. ඉලක්කම් තුනක සංඛ්‍යාවක් හදන්න හැබැයි ඔය හදන සංඛ්‍යාව මොකක් වෙන්න ඕනද 200ට වඩා වැඩි වෙන්න ඕනේ. It should be greater than 200. It should be greater than 200. Right? By using which digits? We can use 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are the digits which we can use to form this 3 digits number. Right. What is the condition? Whatever the 3-digit number we form, that should be greater than 200. That should be greater than 200. The condition is it should be the number we form should be greater than 200. ඔය හදන සංඛ්‍යාව 200ට වඩා වැඩි වෙන්න ඕන. 200ට වඩා වැඩිද අඩුයිද කියලා බලන්න නම් මම මේ digits තුනෙන් මොන digit එක දිහාද බලන්න ඕන ඉස්සෙල්ලා. Is it the first digit or the second digit or the third digit? What? Yes, the first one. Whatever the digit I put here, based on that, I should able to decide whether it is greater than 200 or not. එතන ඉලක්කමෙන්නේ කියන්නේ 543 200ට වඩා වැඩිද අඩුයිද? පහදියාවල කියන්න පුළුවන් මේක 200ට වඩා වැඩි කියලා. Right. So based on the digit we put here, we can decide whether it is greater than 200 or not. Right. If so, how many options do I have here? What are many method options key up here? How many? I didn't get you. Didn't hear.
4 options.
4 options.
Yes, there are 4 options. No doubt when if I use 3 here, it means something around 300. Somewhere, right? 300, 300. If I put 4, it's somewhere around 400, right? Yes, no doubt we can use this 3. But what about 2? Can I use 2 here? If I put 2 here, will it form something greater than 200? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So there are 4 ways. There are 4 ways. See, when there is a condition, first we need to meet that condition. First we need to satisfy that condition. Okay. Then, if the repetition is not allowed, how many options do I have here? If the repetition is not allowed, how many options? Again,
5 options.
repetition is not allowed.
Options.
Yes, we have 4 options, 4 ways. Assume we have used number 5 here. Repetition is not allowed means we can't use this digit again. It means 5 is blocked. Then when it comes to this point, I have only 4 options. I can either put 1, 2, 3 or 4. 5 I can't use it here. Why? I have used it previously. So we have 4 options. And for this particular case, I have already used two digits and I have left with only 3 digits. One of that 3 I can use it here. So altogether, how many ways are there? If the repetition is not allowed, 4 into 4, 16, 16 into 3, that is 48. 48 ways are there. If the repetition is allowed, the same if the repetition is allowed, whether it is repetition allowed or not allowed, we need to start with the condition. Right? To satisfy the condition, we need to put a digit here. The first digit, we need to consider, like based on our first digit, we decide whether it is over 200 or not. So to satisfy this, we have 4 options. We have 4 options. If the repetition is allowed, then how many ways are there? All these 5 are options, right? 5 ways. Here also we have 5 ways if the repetition is allowed. So altogether there should be 20 into 5, 100 ways. 100 ways are there. That is question number 5. Right. For question number 5, part 1, the answer should be 48 ways if the repetition is not allowed, and if the repetition is allowed, part 2, the answer should be 100 ways. So this time you got it correct. Okay. So we'll take another break. Now the time is 10:50, right? Please come back by 11 past 5. Take a small break and come back by 11 past 5. Question number 6. What it says? There are 3 chairs in a row for 5 people. There are 3 chairs in a row for 5 people. In how many ways can the chairs be occupied? How many ways can the chairs be occupied? How many ways are there? 3 chairs in a row for 5 people. Right? Question number 6. Question number 6. How many chairs are there? There are 3 chairs. There are 3 chairs in a row. It means should be something like this. 3 chairs in a row. Chairs. Simple. These are chairs. So these are the 3 chairs which is in a row. And how many people are waiting to be seated there to occupy these 3 chairs? There are 5 people. There are 5 people waiting to be seated. There are these 5 people waiting to be seated. He is A, he is B, this one is C, D, and E. So how many ways these 3 chairs can be occupied by these 5 people, 5 individuals? How many? If we take this chair, how many ways this chair can be occupied? A can come and sit here, or else B can come and sit here, or else C can come and sit here, or else 5 can come and sit here, or else E can come and sit here. So how many possible options are there? How many possible options are there? Yes, there are 5 possible ways that this chair can be occupied. 5 ways. Okay. There are 5 possible ways to occupy this chair. And how many ways to occupy this chair then?
4 options.
4 ways.
මෙතනට කලින් කරන් වල වගේ repetition allowed not allowed කියලා දෙන්නේ. This is involved with people. If A came and sit over here, A ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන වාඩි වුණා නම් Aට ආයි මෙතනත් වාඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? බෑ. Therefore this is automatically what? The repetition is not allowed case scenario. So there are how many possible ways that this chair can be occupied? There are 4 ways. Assume A have seated here and D have seated here. 2 people have seated in these 2 chairs. And how many possible ways for this chair to be occupied then? The last one in the row. 3. Yes, there are 3 ways. So how many possible ways then altogether? 5 into 4 into 3. 5 into 4, 20. 20 into 3, there are 60 possible ways. There are 60 ways. 60 ways. Yes. So for question number 6, the answer should be 60. 60 ways are there. Question number 7. In how many ways can we arrange 6 people in a circle? Example number 6, we have arranged 3 people in a row. In question number 7, how if we arrange them in a circle? In how many ways can we arrange 6 people in a circle? 6 people in a circle. How many ways? 6 දෙනෙක්ව රවුමට වාඩි කරවනවා නම් අපිට විධි කීයක් තියෙනවද? We are going to arrange this much of people in a circle. How many ways are there? Question number 7. $720 ways. We'll see. In a circle. Circle. This is almost a circle. Right. We need to have how many people? We need to arrange 6 people. Assume we have 1 here, 2 here, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Same gap එකෙන් වාඩි වෙලා ඉතන්න මෙතන ඉන්න නැහැ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we need to arrange 6 people in a circle. Right. If the first person comes in, first person, how many possible options does this man have? පළවෙනියටම ඔය ටේබල් එකේ වාඩි වෙන්න එන කෙනා. ටේබල් එක කියන්නේ මේක රවුමට තියෙන ටේබල් එක. Table is in a circle, right? පළවෙනියටම එන කෙනාට options කීයක් තියෙනවද?
6.
There is only one way. හිතන්න එයා ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන වාඩි වුණා කියලා. එයාට මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? If that person, if the first person who arrives here, if he is seated in this place, what he can observe? එයාගේ වම් අත පැත්තේ කවුරුකුත් නැහැ. In the right hand side no one is seated. ඉස්සරහා කවුරුකුත් නැහැ. මේ පැත්තෙත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. මේ පැත්තෙත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. එයා ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන නෙවෙයි. මෙතන නෙවෙයි. මෙන්න මෙතන වාඩි වෙනවා. If he is seated here, then what he can observe? වම් අත පැත්තෙත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. දකුණු අත පැත්තෙත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. ඉස්සරහත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. පැත්තෙන් කවුරුකුත් නැහැ. right? ඉතින් හරියන්නේ නැහැ කියලා මෙතෙන්ට එනවා. මෙතන වාඩි වුණොත් යාට මොකද? ආයෙත් වම් අත පැත්තෙත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. දකුණු අත පැත්තෙත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. ඉස්සරහා කවුරුකුත් නැහැ. දෙපැත්තෙන් කවුරුකුත් නැහැ. So the first person who comes here to be seated has only one way. Has only one way. Right? In a පළවෙනිම එක්කෙනාට තියෙන එක ඔප්ෂන් එකක් විතරයි. යා කොතන ගිහිල්ලා වාඩි වුණත් මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? වම් අත පැත්තේ කවුරුකුත් නැහැ. දකුණු අත පැත්තේ කවුරුකුත් නැහැ. කොහෙවත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. Therefore he will left with only one possible option. One way. කොහෙන් ගිහිල්ලා වාඩි වුණා රවුමක නම් යා කොහෙන් ගිහිල්ලා වාඩි වුණා එකයි. Only one way. Assume he has seated here. ඔන්න ඇවිල්ලා වාඩි වුණා මෙන්න මෙතන. Then for the second person who comes, for the second person who comes here, then how many ways does that individual have? මෙයාට වාඩි වෙන options කීයක් තියෙනවද? දෙවනියට එන එක්කෙනාට. පළවෙනියට එන එක්කෙනා කොතනින් වාඩි වුණත් එකයි. එයාගේ වටේ දකුණෙත් නැහැ, වමෙත් නැහැ, ඉස්සරහත් නැහැ, කොහෙවත් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. No one is there. So he has only one way. මොකක් හරි තැනක වාඩි වුණොත් කක්කලි එක තැනක වාඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. And for the person who arrives there as the second person, how many possible options that particular person has? Yes. එයාට වෙනසක් පේන්න තියෙනවා. ඇයි? මෙතන එක්කෙනෙක් දැන් ඔන්න වාඩි වෙලා ඉන්නවා. එයා මෙතන වාඩි වුණොත් මොකද? වම් අත පැත්තේ එක්කෙනෙක් දැනටමත් ඉන්නවා. මෙතන වාඩි වුණොත් පැත්තෙන් එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. මෙතන වාඩි වුණොත් ඔන්න මූණ ඉස්සරහාම එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. Like that way, how many options this second person has? He has 5 ways. එයාට options පහක් තියෙනවා. පළවෙනි එක්කෙනා කොතන වාඩි වුණත් එකයි. එයාට එක option එකයි. But for the person who comes here to be seated within this circle, at second he has 5 ways. Right? 5 ways. හිතන්න එයා ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන වාඩි වුණා කියලා. Second person. For the third person who comes, how many ways are there? එයාට options කීයක් තියෙනවද? එයා මෙතන වාඩි වුණොත් එයාගේ experience එක වෙනස්. ඇයි? එතකොට දෙපැත්තෙම දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා. මෙතන වාඩි වුණොත් එයාගේ experience එක වෙනස්. ඇයි? එයාගේ දකුණු පැත්තෙන් එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා, වම් පැත්තෙන් කවුරුවත් නැහැ. Likewise, how many options does the third person has? Third person has 4 options. 4 ways. Fourth person, හිතන්න third එකන ඇවිල්ලා මෙතන වාඩිනවා කියලා. Fourth person has 3 ways. Right? එතකොට මේ තුනෙන් 4 ways. Fifth person, fifth person, fifth person, 2 ways. For the last one, he has no option. He wanted to be seated in the remaining one way. So altogether, how many ways are there? How many ways are there? 1 into 5, 5, 5 into 4, 20, 20 into 3, 60, 60 into 2, that is 120 ways. 120 ways are there. Right? So simply we can say, when I will write it here, if we need to arrange n number of people or items, let's say people in a circle, there should be n minus 1 factorial ways. There should be n minus 1 factorial ways should be there. Right? If we are going to arrange n number of people in a circle, there should be n minus 1 factorial ways should be there. So here, what is the value of n? How many people are we going to arrange in a circle? 6 people. So it should be what? 6 minus 1 factorial ways. It means 5 factorial ways. 5 factorial should be equals to what? 120. 120. අපි පේලියට මේ විදිහට වාඩි කරන එක නෙවෙයි ගවුමට වාඩි කරද්දී අපිට තියෙන options ගන්න වෙනස් වෙනවා that we can find using this formula n minus 1 factorial ways are there. Right. If there were 10 people to be arranged in a circle, how many possible options are there? 10 දෙනෙක් වාඩි කරවනවා නම් රවුමට options අපිට කීයක් තියෙනවද? How many options are there? If we are to arrange 10 people in a circle, how many options are there? n minus 1 factorial ways should be there. It means 9 factorial ways should be there. 9 factorial, what is the value? 362,880 ways are there. Okay. Yes, 9 factorial, not 9 ways. 9 factorial ways. See, n minus 1 factorial ways are there. 6 minus 1 factorial ways are there. 5 factorial ways. It means 120 ways. The next example, the example I have taken latest, the last example I have taken, 10 people. So it should be how many ways? 10 minus 1 factorial ways. 9 factorial ways. That is 362,880. 9 factorial can be what? 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 here. Right. So arranging people in a row is different than arranging people in a circle. Right. Question number 6, if we arrange them in a row, and question number 7 is on what? If we arrange them in a circle. We can easily find it using this formula, n minus 1 factorial ways. Right. Question number 8. In how many different ways, question number 8, in how many different ways can the letters of the word rock be arranged? Can the letters of the word rock be arranged? How many different ways can the letters of the word rock be arranged? Example number 8. Example number 8. The letters of the word drop be arranged means what? The same. By rearranging, by shifting these letters, the places of these letters, the same we can rewrite as how? Right? By changing the places of these letters, we can rewrite the same as this. KOCR. What else? RKOC. What else? ORKC. Any other way? Yes, number 33. Anything? Example 8 is asking what? Number 33. Do you have any issue? Number 33 is not there. Yes, number 33. Right. Okay. And the one who have logged in using his iPhone, please rename. Please rename your profile name. Right. In how many different ways can the letters of the word drop be arranged? So these are the possible options. Here we have found 1 way, 2 ways, 3 ways. Likewise, we can, by changing the places of these letters, we can rearrange this word. Right? By changing the places of these letters, we can rearrange this word. How many possible ways are there? How many words we can form by rearranging the letters of this word? How many possible ways are there? "24 ways." Yes. How can we find how many letters are there? How many letters are there in this word? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it should be equals to 4 factorial ways. 4 factorial, what is the value? 4 factorial, what is the value? That is 24. 24 ways should be there. 24 ways should be there. How can we take this? How can we have this in the calculator? Number 4, that one you can press me. Then how to take this factorial? To take this factorial, what you need to press? You need to press shift button, right? Shift button. And you can see this button, right? X to the power minus 1 button. That is right below the mod button. Right below the mod button, you can see this particular button, X to the power minus 1. So this is our. So once you press this with shift, shift this button, X to the power minus 1, you should get the factorial sign. So press equal, you should get 24. That is how we take factorial values using the calculator. The factorial shift X to the power minus 1 button. Then once you press equal, you should get the respective value. Here in this case, it should be 24. Right. Okay. And Still you have not renamed, no? So that this will affect you, okay? iPhone කියන එක ගොඩක් rename කරගන්න ඔයාගේ registration number එකෙන් නැත්නම් ඔයාගේ attendance කැල්වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Otherwise your attendance will not be considered. So please rename. Please rename your profile name by the registration number. Okay, those who log with this username iPhone. Okay. If you take this name, these are we called what? මෙන්න මෙයාලට අපි නමක් කියනවා. These are we called අපි letters එහෙම කරලා හදන අලුත් වචන වලට අපි නමක් කියනවා. Anagrams. We call them anagrams. Right? Anagrams. How many anagrams can be formed using this name? Using the letters in the name Malki, how many anagrams can be formed? Using the name of this, using the name, you're using the letters in the name Malki, how many anagrams can be formed? Yes, 120 anagrams can be formed. So what are the anagrams that we can form here? මෙයාගේ නම පාවිච්චි කරලා හදන්න පුළුවන් වෙනත් වචන මොනවද? අප්‍රෝහි මේ කරලා මොනවද? We can say kila, right? Kila, using the same letters by rearranging the letters in the word, we can form kila. What else? Alkim. මොමම හදන්න පුළුවන් නේද? තව මොනවද හදන්න පුළුවන්? What else?
Iklam.
Maki. So different names, different possible options. මේ විදිහට නම් කීයක් හදන්න පුළුවන්ද? මෙයාගේ නම විතරක් පාවිච්චි කරලා. මෙයාගේ නම විතරක් පාවිච්චි කරලා නම් හදන්න පුළුවන්. How many ways, how many options do we have? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters in her name. So there should be 5 factorial ways. It means 120 names can be formed using this name. මේ නමම පාවිච්චි කරලා නම් කීයක් හදන්න පුළුවන්ද? මේ නමේ මකුරු පාවිච්චි කරලා වචන 120ක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. We can form 120 anagrams. We call them anagrams. Anagrams. Right. That is example number 8. Example number 9. How many anagrams can be formed using the word mook and excessive respectively? How many anagrams? Now you know what is mean by anagrams. වචන letters එහෙම කරලා හදන්න පුළුවන් අලුත් වචන ගන්න. Anagrams. Right? How many anagrams can be formed using the word mook and excessive? First we will consider mook. Example 9. Example 9. Mook. How many anagrams that can be formed using this mook? How many anagrams? No, that is not 24 ways. Why? Because we can see 2 O's here, isn't it? We can see 2 words here. The same letters, right? O has been repeated 2 times here in this word, but in these examples it was not like that. But here the letter O we can see twice, so it should not be 24 ways. Then how many ways? How can we find? Here, by the way, what are the anagrams we can form? We can write the same as this. Who? Or what else? Como. Right? Moko. Like that way, we have several options. So how many ways are there? How can we find that? How many letters are there all together? This word has how many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 letters. Okay, 4 factorial. but we can see repeating letters. We can see the same letters, right? What is that? The letter O we can see twice. The letter O we can see twice. So we need to divide this by 2 factorial. Why? Letter O we have seen twice. Letter O is there 2 times. So we divided it by 2 factorial. So what should be the answer? What should be the answer? Sorry. 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial, it should be how many ways? 12 ways are there. 12 ways should be there. 12 ways, yes, 12 ways should be there. Here in factorials, we can't cancel these figures, right? What happens if you cancel 4 to 2? You may say 2 factorial. 2 factorial is 2. That is wrong. Factorials අපිට මෙහෙම cancel කරලා answers ගන්න බෑ. Remember that, right? We can't cancel these figures and get the answers when we have factorials. When we have factorials, right? So 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial, that should be 12. 12 ways are there. 12 ways are there. Right, most of you got 6 or 6 gun at the may they can make a take up near the killing. There are 3 letters, so 3 factorial should be 6 kilo. No, that is not the way. There are 4 letters in this word move, and all letter is repeated twice, so we need to divide it by 2 factorial. Right. And the word excessive. 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 What about this? How many anagrams can be formed using this word? Excessive. How many anagrams can be formed using this? 15,000. How to get 12 without 10? 4 factorial, this one. I will write it here. 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial. So 4 factorial means what? 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Divided by 2 factorial means 2 into 1. So this multiplication, so you can cancel. This one to this one cancel. This one to this one can get cancelled. 4 into 3, that is 2. But going ahead, right, you may need the support of the calculator to solve these sort of sums, especially permutations and combinations. Right. For excessive, how many anagrams can be formed? 15,120 answer is there, 504 is there, we see. How many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 letters are there. 9 factorial. Divided by, okay, the letter E. How many times we can see this letter E? 1, 2, 3. Letter C we can observe 3 times, isn't it? Letter E we can observe 3 times. So it is 3 divided by 3 factorial. Is that the only term that is repeating? E vitara the repeat penny? No. No. What else? We can see the letter, what else? S. We can see the letter S twice. See? We can see the letter S twice. Here also we have S. Here also we have S. So that is 2 factorials. Right? 9 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 2 factorial. I would repeat the letters then. Only E and S is there. E repeated for 3 times, S repeated for 2 times. So it should be 9 factorial over 3 factorial into 2 factorial. 3 factorial into 2 factorial. This should be there. What should be the value? Okay, you are getting different answers. 9 factorial, what is the value? That is 362,808. It should be the value of 9 factorial divided by this. Can we say here, right, when simplifying factorials, we need to be very careful. 3 factorial into 2 factorial is not equal to 6 factorial. 3 factorial වැඩි කිරීම 2 factorial කියලා කියන්නේ 6 factorial නෙවෙයි. right? හරියට මෙතන 4 factorial divide by 2 factorial කියලා කියන්නේ 2 factorial කියන figure එක නෙවෙයි වගේ. Here also 3 factorial into 2 factorial, that is not equals to 6 factorial. Separately we need to consider 3 factorial, that is what? 6. 3 factorials means 6. 6 into 2 factorials means what? That is 2. In the denominator it should be 12. Right? 362,880 divided by 12. So how many ways are there? 30,240 ways. 30,240 ways. 30,240 ways. Yes. Yes, you got it. Factorial සුළු කරද්දී ගොඩක් පරිස්සම් වෙන්න අපි හිතන උත්තරේ නෙමෙයි එන්නේ. 3 factorial into 2 factorial බලමට හිතනවා 6 factorial කියලා, but right, 6 factorial is, are we getting 12? No, that is a different answer. Right? Here also the same. බලමට හිතනවා මෙතන 2 factorial වෙන්නේ නැති කියලා, but that is not the answer. That is wrong. You need to separately simplify these factorial values. Right. Likewise, if we take this name, what are the anagrams we can form using this name? What are the anagrams we can form using this name? මෙයාගේ නම් පාවිච්චි කරලා හදන්න පුළුවන් anagrams මොනවද? What? We can say what? Janana. This is one possible anagram. What else? We can say Anachana. Likewise, we can form how many anagrams by using this name? මේ නම් පාවිච්චි කරලා මේ වගේ නම් කීයක් හදා ගන්න පුළුවන් වේද අපිට? How many anagrams that can be formed using the letters of the word Anjana? 60, 120. Anjana කියන්න බලන්න කීයක් හදා ගන්න පුළුවන්ද ඔයාගේ නම් පාවිච්චි කරලා? ඔයාගේ නම් පාවිච්චි කරලා තව නම් කීයක් හදන්න පුළුවන්? 60, 120. See how many letters are there in this word? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 letters. 6 factorial divided by, now see how many similar letters are there. Letter A, we can see how many times? 3 times. Here we have A, here also we have A, here also we have A. Letter A we can see 3 times. So 3 factorial. What about N? N we can see 2 times. Here also we have N, Here also we have n. N we can see 2 times. So 2 factorials. Letter J is not repeating, so it should be this much of base. 6 factorial. 6 factorial divided by, open the brackets, 3 factorial into 2 factorial. Yes, 60 names. 60 possible options are there. අනාගතයේ ළමයි නම් දාන්න ඉන්නව නම් ඔයාලට options කීයක් තියෙනවද නමක් දාගන්න. 60 options are there. Right? ඔයාගේ නම පාවිච්චි කරලා තව නම් 60ක් හදන්න පුළුවන්. 60 options are there. Right. So that is example number 9. So 8 and 9 were from anagrams. Right. By shifting the places of the letters, the number of new words that can be formed, anagrams. Example number 10. What it says. There are 10 boys and 8 girls in a class. 10 boys and 8 girls. In how many ways can 3 boys and 3 girls be selected? There are 10 boys and 8 girls in a class. In how many ways can 3 boys and 3 girls be selected? How can we find the number of possible ways? Take 1 to 2 minutes and you try it first. Question number 10. Boys la 10 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද? Girls la 8 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද? Right? We need to select 3 boys and 3 girls. So how many possible options are there? How many possible options are there? How many ways are there? got an answer 1056. Example number 10. Example 10. What it says? There are 10 boys and 8 girls in a class. Boys and girls. How many boys? There are 10 boys and there are 8 girls in a class. Okay, I'm getting these answers 1056, 6720. We'll see. And what we need to do? In how many ways can 3 boys and 3 girls be selected? Out of these 10 boys, we need to select how many boys? Out of these 10, we need to select 3 boys. And out of these 8 girls, we need to select 3 girls. Isn't it? Right? There are 10 boys and 8 girls in a class. Yes. In how many ways can 3 boys and 3 girls be selected? Out of these 10, we need to select 3, and out of these 8, we need to select 3. What is the term they have used? What we need to do? Do we need to arrange or do we need to select? Arrange karanna dona, select karanna dona. Select karanna yo. We need to select. Select karanna nam permutation, the combination. Is it permutations or combinations? First of all, tell me. When selecting, are we considering the order?
Combination.
Yes, combination. Selecting means there we do not consider the order. Order does not matter, right? Order does not matter means what? Combinations. Combinations. NCR, the NPR. NCR or NPR. What? NCR or NPR? Yes. NCR, combination C, NCR. So how it should be? Out of 10 boys, we need to select 3. Here, out of 8 girls, we need to select 3. Out of 10, we need to select 3. Out of this 8, we need to select 3. And එකද පාවිච්චි කරලා තියෙන්නේ O එකද? 3 girls or 3 boys. The 3 girls and 3 boys. What? In how many ways can 3 boys? What is the term that has been used? And 3 girls and 3 boys. Yes, 3 boys and 3 girls. So what is the operation we need to use? How many ways can 3 boys and 3 girls? Boys la 3 denek saha girls la 3 denek. And they have used the term and. If it is and, we need to use yes, multiplication. We need to use multiplication. So what should be the value? How to? Right? How to give this in the calculator? 10C3. How we can put this into the cal? 10. How can we take this C? For that, you need to press shift button. Right? Division NCR. That means you need to press. You need to press division button. NPR multiplication button. 10 shift division, then you can see the C letter on your screen. Then the R value is 3. Okay, 10C3, you can see it on your display. Multiply it by 8 shift division 3. That should be 6,720. 8 shift division 3. The final answer should be 6,720 bits. There are 6,720 ways to select 3 boys and 3 girls from this class. In a class again, boys la 3 denek saha girls la 8 denek, girls la 3 denek ganna vidhi 6720ක් තියෙනවා. There are 6,720 ways. Okay, have you got this? Have you got this? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
කැල් එකෙන් නැතිව ගන්නකොට අර ප්‍රශ්නේ එනවා. ඔකට see here 10C3, right? 10C3 means what? 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4. Here තමයි මෙතනින් ගන්න වෙන්නේ. There is no any other options, right? 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6, 6 into 5 into 4 into cancel 8C3 means 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4, right? No other options. කැලේ කියන තුල ගන්නම නම් මෙතන එන්නේ කොහමද? 10C3. So I will write it here. 10C3, how we can put it into the formula? It should be what? 10 factorial divided by n minus r factorial. That is 10 minus 3 factorial. Right? It means 10 factorial over 7 factorial. Here 8C3. That means what? 8 factorial divided by n minus r, 8 minus 3 factorial, that is 8 factorial divided by 5 factorial. From here you should get what? From here you should get what? 10 factorial divided by 7 factorial, that is 720. Here you should get what? 8 factorial divided by 5 factorial, that is 336. Right? We need to select 3 boys and 3 girls, so you need to multiply these two figures. 720 into 336. 720 into 336. That should be equals to what? 720 into 336. 10C3. This is wrong. What I have written here, this is what? Permutations. It is not n factorial divided by n minus r factorial. It should be what? N factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial. What is r factorial? That is 3 factorial. Here also it should be, take it here, it should be what? 3 factorial, right? So here it should be 3 factorial into 7 factorial. Here also it should be 3 factorial into 5 factorial. So these figures should change. what it should be? 10 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 7 factorial. Here we should get 120. 120. Other one, 8 factorial divided by 3 factorial into 5 factorial, that is 56. 56. So altogether 120 into 56, that should be equals to 6,720. Yes. So these permutations, if you go through the exam paper, right, the questions from this area in your past, if you go through the past papers, you would notice it is very difficult to simplify without a calculator, right? These permutations and combination sums, because the answers are in millions, trillions, and more in certain cases. Right. So for example number 3, the answer should be 6,720. 6,720. Right. This one. A combination lock will open when the right choice of 3 numbers from 1 to 3 inclusive. From 1 to 3 inclusive. What do you mean by inclusive? Including number 1 and 30. Including number 1 and 30. Right? Inclusive. How many different log combinations are possible assuming no number is repeated? How many different log combinations are possible assuming no number is repeated? Permutations, the combinations. That is what I need to. Is it talking about permutations or combinations? What? Permutations or combinations? How can we decide whether it is permutation or combination? What they are doing, whether they are arranging the stuff or selecting the stuff. Do we consider the order or we are not considering the order? What can you say? Combination. Do we consider the order here? Abhi order එක consider කරනවද නැද්ද? What we are going to do? We are going to open a lock. Right? A combination of a lock will open with the right choice of 3 numbers. එතකොට lock එකේ අපි numbers 3ක් මෙතන දාන්න ඕන. ඒ numbers 3 හරියට දැම්මොත් තමයි මොකක් වෙන්නේද? lock එක open වෙන්නේ. If we put the right 3 numbers here, only this lock will open. So here, do we need to consider the order? Does the order matters in this case, in this example? මෙතන අපි order එක වැදගත්ද? අපි ඔය numbers 3 දාන order එක වැදගත් වෙනවද? Is it important? Do we need to consider the order? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Right? log එක ඇරෙන්නේ 541 කියන ඉලක්කම දැම්මම නම් අපි මෙතනට 145 දාලා හරියනවද? හරියන්නේ නැහැ. අපි මෙතනට 154 දාලා හරියනවද? නෑ, හරියන්නේ නැහැ. Why? We need to consider the order. ඉස්සෙල්ලා එන්න ඕන 5, ඊට පස්සේ 4, ඊට පස්සේ 1. So we need to consider the order. Then order matters. We need to consider the order. Order matters. If order matters, is it about selecting or arranging? order එක consider කරන්නේ දේවල් arrange කරද්දිද select කරද්දිද? I'm coming back to the beginning. What?
Arrange.
Yes, when we are arranging the stuff, we need to consider the order. Arranging means what? Permutations or combinations?
Permutation.
Yes,
Permutation.
permutations. So this is about permutations. What is the value of n here? What is the value of n? Permutations, if it is permutations, we need to use what? NPR. What is the value of n here?
30.
Yes, the value of n is 30. Out of this 30, how many items, how many numbers are we going to arrange? What is the value of r?
3.
3. So NPR should be what then? 30p3. 30p3. Right? Yes. So what the answer should be? 30p3, 30 factorial divided by n minus r factorial, that is 27 factorial. 30 into 29 into 28. 24,360. The same thing we can directly take from the cal as well. 30p. Multiplication. You can see this stuff, right? The multiplication sign the NPR. So it means to take NPR, you need to press multiplication with shift. So 30 shift multiplication 3. 24,360. 24,360. Okay. Right. This one. From a club of 24 members, the president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, historian are to be elected. So we are electing for specific positions. Positions pick කරන්න. We need to appoint a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and a historian. In how many ways can the officers be filled? How many ways can the officers be filled? What? Permutations or is it combinations?
Permutation.
There are 24 members. Out of them, how many members we need to appoint? We need to appoint a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, and historian. And we appoint for specific positions, then it is permutations. The order we need to consider, right? The order matters. Permutation. So what should be the answer? 24P5 or 24C5? It should be 24P5. 24P5, what should be the final answer then? 5,100,408. 5,100,480. Not 42,504. That is possible. No. This is permutations, right? Remember, if we are appointing, right, individuals, if we are appointing individuals for dedicated positions, dedicated positions appoint that is coming under permutations, that we consider as, that we regarded as arranging the stuff, right? If we appoint individuals for dedicated positions, like what we have in this example, president position appoint secretary appoint if we appoint people, individuals for dedicated positions, then it is about arranging the stuff, If it is arranged, then that is about what? Permutations. Permutations, right? 24P5. 5,100,408. This one, to play a particular card game, each player is dealt 5 cards from a standard deck of 52 cards. How many different hands are possible? To play a particular card game, each player is dealt 5 cards from a standard deck of 52 cards. Card pack එකේ card 52ක් තියෙනවා. Right? එක hand එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ කීයද? Card 5ක්. Right? Each player is dealt 5 cards from a standard deck of 52 cards. How many different hands are possible? How many different hands are possible? එක අතක් දැම්මට හම්බුනොතින් ඒක වෙන්න පුළුවන් මොකද? දෙක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, හතර තියෙන්න පුළුවන්, නේද? හාරද බූව තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. කොහොම කොළ පහක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන් මොනවා හරි කොළ පහක්. ඔය වගේ hands ඔය වගේ අත් කීයක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? අත් කියන්නේ මේ අත් නෙමෙයි. ඔය අත් කීයක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්ද? How many? card කුට්ටමේ කොළ පහක් ඔයාට හම්බ වෙනවා. Right? You will get 4 cards, sorry, not 4, 5 cards. Each player is dealt 5 cards from a standard deck of 52 cards. How many different hands are possible? Card pack number. Options key are we considering the order or we are not considering the order? Does the order matter or order does not matter?
Combination.
Combination, yes, right. අපිට ඔය අත බෙදුවට පස්සේ අපිට එන කොළ පහේ ඕඩ් එකක් අපි කන්සිඩර් කරනවද? නෑ. අපිට දෙකද තුනද ආසියද හාරද පූර්වද right scope තුනද we do not consider, right? The order we do not consider. The order we do not consider. අපිට අන්තිමට අපේ ගාව තියෙන මොන කොළ පහද කියන එකනේ අපි බලන්නේ. අපි ඒකේ ඕඩර් එකක් කන්සිඩර් කරන්නේ නෑ. We do not consider the order of it. Order does not matter. Right? If we do not consider the order, if we are not concerning about the order, then it is about what? Arranging or selecting. If you are not concerning about the order, if we do not consider the order, it is about selecting. If it is selecting, that is on what? Combinations. NCR or NPR? Combinations now what? NCR. Yes, NCR. So what should be the answer here? 52C5. Out of 52 cards, we are going to select 5 cards. 52C5. The answer should be what? 2,598,960. 2,598,960. And so this should be the answer. Or no, hands are possible. That is why playing cards is not easy. Right. This one. A student must answer 3 out of 5 essay questions on a test. Like in your case, right? A student must answer 3 out of 5 essay questions on a test. Paper එකේ ප්‍රශ්න 5ක් තියෙනවා. කීයකට උත්තර ලියන්න ඕනද? 3කට උත්තර ලියන්න ඕන. In how many different ways can the student select the questions? In how many different ways can the student select the questions? එයාට එහෙනම් options කීයක් තියෙනවද? There are 5 questions in a paper and you need to answer 3 questions out of that. How many options do you have? That is what it asking here. How many options do you have? Out of 5, what you need to do? Order consider, yes, order consider whenever the order consider when that. See here, we may have question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, question number 4, and question number 5. So these are the 5 questions we have. We need to select any 3 out of this. One we can choose question number 1, 2, and 4. මෙන්න මෙයා තෝරගත්ත ප්‍රශ්න තුන. තව කෙනෙක් තෝරගන්න පුළුවන් question number 4, 1, and 2. Is there any difference between these two? මේ A කියන ළමයා තෝරගත්ත මේ ප්‍රශ්න තුනේයි B කියන ළමයා තෝරගත්ත මේ ප්‍රශ්න තුනේයි වෙනසක් තියෙනවද? A also has picked these 3 questions, and the student B also has selected the same 3 questions. Is there any difference? No, there is no any difference. Why there is no any difference? Because we do not consider the order here. අපි මෙතන order එකක් consider කරනවද when selecting questions? No, right? We are not considering the order. Order does not matter. Then it is about what? It is about combinations. It is about combinations. There are 5 questions. Out of that, we need to select 3 questions. What should be the answer then? 5C3. The answer should be 10. How it is? It can be 6. No. 5C3. If it is NPR, how it should be? N factorial divided by n minus r factorial. If it is NCR, how it should be? N factorial divided by r factorial into n minus r factorial. So here it is NCR, right? 10. 5C3. Directly you can take this answer from the calc. 5C3. 10. This one. Give me the answer for this one. A basketball team consists of 2 centers, 5 forwards, and 4 guards. The squad again. A basketball team, basketball player can hit you. Something. See here. Should be. Right. A basketball team consists of 2 centers, 5 forwards, and 4 guards. In how many ways can the coach select a starting lineup of 1 center, 2 forwards, and 2 guards? Please find the answer and tell me what it should be. A basketball team consists of 2 centers, 5 forwards, and 4 guards. That means the squad consists with that. Cricket match ekana squad එකේ bowlers la මෙච්චරයි, batsmen la මෙච්චරයි, all rounders la මෙච්චරයි වගේ basketball team එකේ එයාලගේ squad එකේ details දෙනවා. It consists 2 centers, centers එල්ලම් කරන්න පුළුවන් දෙන්නයි, forward ගන්න පුළුවන් 5 දෙනයි, and 4 guards. ආරක්ෂිත වලල්ලි එල්ලම් කරන්න පුළුවන් 4 දෙනයි. That is how their squad has been formed. Right? So the squad එකේ ඉන්න squad එකේ 20 ගානක් හිටියොත් ඉතින් ඒ 20 ගානටම ඇවිල්ලා match එකේ සෙල්ලම් කරන්න බෑනේ. match එකේ සෙල්ලම් කරන්න පුළුවන් ගානක් ඉන්නවා. cricket match එක නම් 11යි. right? Volleyball na higher. Like that way, basketball, in basketball as well, there should be certain number of players that you can play. In how many ways can the coach select a starting lineup of 1 center, 2 forward, and 2 guards? Please find the answer and tell me what it should be. What the answer should be here. Anyone found? See here, the squad is consisting of 2 centers, right? Centers. The players, right? There are 2 centers. Squad. 5 forwards. Forward. සෙල්ලම් කරන්න පුළුවන් 5 දෙනා. 5 forwards and 4 guards. 4 guards. Right. In how many ways can the coach select a starting lineup of 1 center? Centers දෙන්නෙක් සෙල්ලම් කරන්න පුළුවන් වුණාට අපි මැච් එකට දාන්නේ එක්කෙනයි. ඔන්න එක්කෙනයි. Forward සෙල්ලම් කරන්න පුළුවන් 5ක් හිටියට. Although there are 5 players who can play in the front, we will put only 2 forwards. 5 දෙනාම ගිහලා මැච් එකට දාන්න බෑ. මේ 5 දෙනාගෙන් දෙන්නෙක් විතරයි. And 2 guards. We have 4 players in the squad, but for the match we will use only 2. What we are doing here? Are we selecting or are we arranging? Select करना नहीं arrange करना. Out of these 2, are we arranging one or are we selecting one? Out of these 5, are we selecting or arranging? What we do here?
Selecting.
Yes, we are selecting. Out of these 2, we need to select 1. Out of these 5, we need to select 2. Out of these 4, we need to select 2. It means what? NCR or NPR? Selecting na NCR. Yes, so it should be what here? 2C1. Out of 5, we need to select 2. Out of 4, we need to select 2. මෙතනට එන්නේ මොකද? අපි මේවා වැඩි කරනවද එකතු කරනවද? What we need to do? Do we need to add them or multiply them? What?
Multiply.
Yes, we need to multiply. Why? We need 1 center, 1 center and 2 forwards and 2 guards, right? We use the term and. 1 center, 2 forwards and 2 guards and the match එක ගත්තොතින් මට basketball වලින් කියන්න තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ cricket match එක ගත්තොතින් right bowlers ලා 5 දෙනෙක් හෝ batsman ලා 6 දෙනෙක් අපි සෙල්ලම් කරන්නේ නැහැ bowlers ලා 5 දෙනෙක් සහ batsman ලා 6 දෙනෙක් සහ කියන වචනේ පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ and here also the same right 1 center and 2 forwards and 2 guards and now multiplication. So what should be the final answer here? What should be the final answer here?
120.
120, right? 120 bits. Coach, for this coach, he has how many options? He has 120 options. Coach කෙනෙක්ට එතකොට විදි 120ක් තියෙනවා. දැන් මැච් එකක් ගහන යනකොට බලන්න. Coach විදි කීයක් තිබිලද මේ ටීම් එක යා මේ මැච් එකට දැම්මේ. ස්කොඩ් එකේ 15ක් ඉන්නවා. බෝලර්ස්ලා මෙච්චරයි, බැට්ස්මන්ලා මෙච්චරයි, ඕල් රවුන්ඩර්ස්ලා මෙච්චරයි. මෙන්න coach select කරපු ටීම් එක. Right, the coach selected as the final playing 11. The options කීයක් තිබින්ද යා ඒ option එකට ආවේ. If you are a coach, see how many options you can have, right? Okay. Yes, we need to select one center out of 2 and 2 forwards out of 5 and 2 guards out of 4. So altogether it should be 120 options. 120 options. Right, so with that we have finished our chapter number 2.